Hey, happy Tuesday, everybody. It's Paul Olbrantz with This Week in Interest Rates. We're going to talk about where rates are at today, things to be looking out for. Last week, an article caught my attention, and it was a rise in foreclosures of 14%. Let's break that down. We're also going to talk about the champ, the best investment. Can you guess between now and when I get to the slide, how many times over the past, I think it's 70 years, I could be wrong on that. We'll find out in a second. How many times you would have lost value if you bought a home and kept it for 10 years? Guess. How many times do you think? 5, 10, 1, 0, none? You're about ready to find out. So let's go ahead and let's start with today's rates. They're holding steady. Now, today, we definitely lost a little bit of ground from last week, but that's okay. We're still in a great spot. We have VA, FHA, both at 5.125 and a quarter. Conventionals at 5.625. Jumbos at 5.75. Now, these rates are all shown with 1 point. Typically, I don't show a point. However, here's the deal. Right now, where we're sitting in this market, it is such a great opportunity when you find that perfect house, not just to put an offer in, but really take advantage of this market and knowing how to do that. And these are the things that we're going to talk about here in my market forecast on Thursday, is how people are actually winning in today's market. Because if you recall a few weeks back, when we broke down when the best time to buy a house, what season, which month, we're in it right now. So get out there, get yourself a home. Just go get it. We're going to talk a little bit about target rate. It was a huge weekend. Let me give you some stats here. If you can read my chicken scratch here. This weekend, I saved one client $422 per month. However, I also shaved 6 years off their mortgage. It was an and or. You don't get both, right? Or 6 years off their mortgage. Another client, $378 per month, or 5 years off their mortgage. $551 or 7 years off their mortgage. Look at this one. This one was great. $1,013 or 7 years off their mortgage. Let me ask you a question. If you had to choose between a monthly savings or getting your loan paid off faster, which one would you choose? I am shocked because I'm starting to see people more and more. In the past, it was all about that monthly savings. Now people are like, no, how do I get this thing paid off? It is such a great time to take advantage of today's rates and get your house paid off faster. Bridge loan financing. Hey, look, if you're looking to buy a house and there is a property that's getting competitive, there's one in the Bay Area that we're working on right now. A bridge loan is such a great way to utilize your current equity on your home. Remember, if you want to buy before you sell, a bridge loan is not your only option. In fact, there's 5 ways to do that. And I got the video for it. Just reach out. I'd be happy to send it to you because this is an amazing time. I keep saying that, so I'm not going to say it again. It's a great time to buy. Just look at the data. All right. I love AI. So here's Danielle and I. We are hosting a 2026 market forecast here at this Thursday at 7 o'clock. We're going to go over strategies on how to win. We're going to talk about short-term, long-term interest rates, things to look at, housing prices. Keep in mind, we also have breakdown of individual areas as it relates to appreciation. And most areas you're going to see single-digit appreciation, and great wealth can be created from single-digit appreciation. This is something you don't want to miss. All right, here's that slide. Going back to 1942, so that's 73 years, maybe? I don't know. Someone do the math for me. If you bought a house and held it for 10 years, there's only 1 year if you bought, you would have lost. And that was in 2006. That's why they call buying real estate the champ. It never loses. Here it is, 10 years, or maybe it's over here. I always get confused. 10 years, only one time have you actually lost money. Let's go back to last week and let's break down some of these scare tactic articles. U.S. foreclosure filings rise 14% in 2025 as FHA borrowers face greater risk. U.S. foreclosure activity increases, yada, yada, yada. So Is it true? Yes. Is this telling the whole story? I don't know. Let me show you the data and you can come up with your own conclusion. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you here. So what you're looking at here is U.S. historical foreclosure activity in rates. Now, if you go back here, let me turn this ticker off here because it's going to drive me crazy. I don't know where that came from. Give me 1 second. Hide. Okay, there we go. If you go back to 2007 to 2011, you can see a huge spike in foreclosures at the peak of 2.8 million. 2.8 million. Right now, we went from 2024 to 2025, 322,000 to 367,000. So I am not trying to suggest that it's not sad that the foreclosures are rising, or they're in fact not rising, because clearly they are. But I believe the intent of the article was to get you to click and be fear-based. And here's the thing, I don't see more opportunity in this market due to foreclosures. In fact, the ones you do see are just going on the open market, just like the rest of the other houses, and being sold at fair market value. So there you have it. So this is going to be a quick week. This is going to be a big week with interest rates. We have a lot going on in Japan, a lot going on with EU. We have a lot of tariff activity, a lot of threats and stuff like that. Remember, the kryptonite to 30-year fixed rates is inflation. Tariffs, they're not really inflationary. They are. Don't get it twisted, right? Because it does increase the value, but it's a one-time increase, whereas inflation is something that gradually increases over time. What the market is really looking for, the bond market and 30-year fixed rates, is how the stock market, the 10-year treasury, is going to react to what's going on in Japan and the EU. So those are the things to pay attention. If you're looking to buy a house, if you're looking to sell, if you're looking to refinance, there's a QR code. It's a hopes and dreams conversation, no obligation. It's just a great conversation with you and myself. Utilize my 20 years of experience helping families save money on their mortgage. If you're not working with a great real estate agent, I work with the best. Right now, they're going to dictate how much money you save, on how you negotiate. Great realtors will help you save a ton of money. All right, Paul Olbrantz, Clear to Close Brokers. I hope you have a fabulous week. Till next time, take care.